You may be wondering how I got here. Now I hope that answers your question. Welcome back, everybody, to Sly 4.
I was in the mood for some chicken, but there were none around.
We need to hit the black
And you know, I had to improvise.
That means taking down the operations he set
know
up in
me.
the village shops.
Alright, so,
First
the
up,
plan.
Murray, you'll need to visit the tavern. Sorry, big guy, no time for snacks.
Oh.
The tavern has been converted into a fuel production facility for those robotic guards. Get in there and do what you do best.
Eat?
Tear the place apart.
No, I
Next,
just...
Sly, you'll need to
the
revisit
banjo?
the shoemakers.
When did you-
We're going
Never
to
ask about
shut
my
down the
interests.
machines fabricating those
We've been
ginormous
friends
parts.
for over 20,
Last but
30
certainly
years,
not least,
and you never
Gallup,
once
you'll need to
asked.
infiltrate the bakery.
God, that
My
is...
instrument readings show it's the main power source for the other production
like, wow, like,
facilities.
you really
You're
do
the
just put that
only
in
one who
perspective.
can
then.
reach the second floor.
Put that in
and I
perspective, like,
believe
the fact that,
you'll
like...
find a generator.
Imagine
There's
playing
no
this game
time
and,
to
like,
waste.
remembering,
So
like,
let's
wow,
get
by this
going.
point, Bentley and they're, like, in their 40s now.
Okay, you
I don't know if I'd say for it. Sorry, guys.
I forgot I had fists. Sorry. Okay. I forgot I had fists of flame turned on. Well,
I say, why is my hand on fire? Oh.
witchcraft! Which? Where?
Witchcraft!
Yes,
Now,
that is the...
yeah, now I'm just suddenly imagining a freaking, like, one of those, like, extreme sort of, like, pan shots. You just see the finger points like, witchcraft.
I dare say that is the fattest witch I've ever seen.
Hey, I'm not that fat. Am I?
I'll have you know that I am proud of my physique.
Okay, that didn't work. Okay, let's find something bigger.
You know what they say about thick thighs?
They save lives.
Don't you know? I forgot about that quote.
I'm just sitting here questioning what the hell am I listening to?
The
Not
Murray,
listen to-
babe.
Don't call me
You know what?
babe.
You didn't have to hurt my feelings like that.
This is,
Ow, 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 ow.
You have to excuse Murray. He's from a different time. He's from the 90s when it was, simple for such things like that.
Well, the Disney
Uh-huh,
game wasn't
sure.
even released in the 90s.
Oh my god, you're right. It was like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was that early, wasn't it?
Makes you wonder all of a sudden, like, considering, like, when they were children at the orphanage, like, what sort of what sort of things did they have of interest back then?
That is something that not to say that, like, I need a whole chapter dedicated to it, but nor do I need, like, a whole like, oh, Sly Cooper babies or whatever, the Tiny Toons equivalent for that would be, but like, part of me is now curious, like, what the, excuse me,
Ow, ow, ow.
Part of me-
My hands.
part of me is, oh yeah, right, he's holding a porcupine. Why don't I even
He's holding a hedgehog by their backs.
Yeah, that shouldn't be done. But no, it's like, it's freaking, like, a part of me is curious, like, what led to these three, like, becoming friends? Was it just, like, a simple, like, camaraderie of, like, the underdog?
I think, they just all met, like, at the orphanage, and I guess they just took off.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
know for certain that, like, one of the prequel comics that were published back in the old days did touch upon that.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
no,
touch
oh my
upon
gosh,
the
yeah,
cookie
speaking of the
heist.
artist, there was... Yeah, they did actually cover the Great Cookie Heist of 07. Or 01. I think it was 2001 or 2 that this game came out, the original.
Well, the original came out in 2002, but I want to say the prequel comic came out sometime in 2004.
Sometimes your humor escapes me, Sly.
Apparently, we've been over this for many years. It's at some point, you gotta just expect it.
But yeah,
That's the
like,
problem. We
but yeah,
need to
it's
time
like-
this arrow you need to time this arrow very carefully, because although it will move just fine, that laser will cut through the rope.
gotcha.
This laser specifically, and not all the other hazards that have passed through these ropes previously.
So weird.
So dumb is what it is. Now, should we go ahead and make the plunge? Okay, never mind.
I would have gotten hurt just then, James.
Yeah, man, you gotta regard Logan's safety, otherwise you'd be a monster.
Wouldn't it be something if you were able to get another bullseye then in there and get more profit?
Oh, like
Yeah.
if you could grind it? That I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Also, as you're noticing, the little like fun facts you get sometimes are a little vague. You'll be like, "Oh, the tavern around here is called the Slippery Toad." I'm like, "Thanks."
So it is.
Didn't think I knew that.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to learn.
I would have preferred to learn why Sly thought he could speak Italian so proficiently.
Yeah.
Yes, he does it.
Because, you know, otherwise there are like the usual fun factoids, like it talks about clockwork, or the time he dealt with a claw gang, stuff of the sort.
Little things.
Rook, like, I'm sorry for going back to it, but when we were just talking about, like, you know, their possible history at the orphanage, which I wouldn't mind learning more of, I'm just thinking back to one of my favorite moments looking back on Sly 2, where we, like, made our own theories about how Bentley and Murray ended up in the orphanage.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
I forgot. Yeah,
That's still one of my
did you
favorite bits from that whole series of videos.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my God,
like...
I gotta look back on
Like,
that.
Murray, I think, was, like, lost at a mall or something, and with Bentley, we came up with the joke that, like, apparently his science fair project blew up the entire school, his
That's
parents
right.
included. And he's like, well, at least I got an
right.
A+ at the science fair.
That's right. I remember now. Oh my God.
Leave it to me, Bentley.
Oh,
Only Bentley would have such a tragic backstory.
it's like I mean, in a sense, it's kind of close to the story Meet the Robinsons, just a little more tragic at the start.
Yeah.
I still don't know how the hell that kid managed to teach frogs how to sing and talk.
I thought it was the wife that did.
Yeah, no, but as a little girl, she was at that science fair and like was mentioned that was already part of her projects, but she wanted to make frogs sing.
Well, I get the feeling that, like, at that age, it was at that age where it's like she was very eager about it, but not quite as proficient. And gonna be all like one of those, you'll see, one of these days I'll make these frogs sing, then you'll think I'm not crazy anymore.
Oh, great.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
They will
Oh,
take
God.
over the world. It's like, hold on, we had a little lady. We had a very like wild like stretch of escalating like stakes right at the very end there. And I mean that's already project done. So just like that, with all that, the Black Knight has no more chance of hopefully restocking all of their forces.
Hooray! They're all likely gonna die soon.
Like the lightning.
Bend it like Bentley.
Bend
Press
it like
square.
Bentley.
Oh, that's actually good. It's supposed to be reference. It's supposed to be a reference to Bend It Like Beckham. Basically, if there's a bomb that you put in front of Sly, if there's a bomb that's in front of Bentley that is too close to him and not the enemy, you can just hit the square button to kick the bomb at the enemy.
Which is cool, though it seems a little, very
Situational,
situational, assuming you really do fuck up that badly.
Again, between Silent Obliteration and Smoke Bomb being given to us so early, I really do feel like, again, they're kind of starting to script the bottom of the barrel for these abilities.
It looks like the production facilities in town are down. I'll have to look into that. I have a feeling Cooper has something to do with this.
What makes you say that?
It surely couldn't have been me.
I couldn't be.
It's not me. It's the one-armed mugshot.
The one-armed mugshot.
Dude, that would be such a pitiful existence for the poor bastard.
Trying to walk anywhere and having to like hop.
I can do it on my own.
Little brother.
Just good.
But the funny part about
Bentley,
that,
I don't know what I'm doing with my life.
I mean, the tragic part is also the fact that like he has 2 legs just fine. He just refuses to use them. Like it's the principle of the matter. I was born on these arms and I'm gonna die on these arms.
I mean, it's like, it's kind of a blessing the dude can even still stand with just his legs. I mean, walking with them, on the other hand.
I was born with these huge arms and I'll die with these huge arms. Yeah, I remember.
Well, technically, he wasn't born with them. He trained for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's true.
He trained himself he trained himself really fucking rigorously just to have those arms. It's just a shame he always skipped leg day.
I was born with a plunger in these hands. I remember. It was hard on Ma.
So they got away with that.
Plunger.
Did he just say something about
have
a
a
scarecrow?
No.
No.
I thought the the Black Knight said something about a scarecrow.
Oh,
I don't doubt it. I just don't remember what it entailed.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it, but it's fine.
now we have a particularly long mission as we go into the blacksmith place.
Yep,
with
now it's
Bentley
time for
because
Bentley to go sneaking in.
This mission's gonna take a bit though because we have a lot of platform. These buildings always look so teeny on the outside. Then you get in and it's like, oh wait,
It's like a cabin-sized Tartarus or something.
I'll have to get closer without being seen.
Also, I call malarkey that he can't hear from up there, even though Sly was up at much higher heights outside and he could still hear the Black Knight just fine.
I can't risk
right. And then I fell in front of those two guards and heard them just perfectly.
I mean, let's be real here. Maybe it's a possibility that Bentley,
Feed him to the dragon
well,
first. Then we can
might have harder hearing than Sly.
Could be. Oh yeah, no. You point and tell me where a turtle's ears are.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, where are their ear holes?
Does it? Yeah.
What's
I'm
in
just trying to think
here?
of it. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Cooper gang.
We're gonna have to do some
They
hacking
may
here,
have
but
shut
maybe
down
well, I guess while
operations
we're
for the time being, but I'll have the last laugh. My castle is impenetrable. Once Operation Overlord
Looks like
is complete,
bagpipes are attached to its
I will
back.
be unstoppable.
yeah, I'll be fine.
Think
Oh,
of
that's
the
going
think of the freaking noise those machines have to make just to make it, powered up.
Every plank, everywhere. Speaking of bagpipes, Doug, how you doing?
Good.
That's fair.
Still fucking pissed about my networking as of late.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say I have not noticed like too many disconnects. But like,
Well, my ping is still going high
Oh.
regardless.
so
Also,
is it like your particular internet service internet service provider you're stuck with?
It's the broadband service that we're with right now. My mom and I are considering changing soon. And I'm just gonna use the money I didn't get for the past months just to change.
Fair enough.
Do whatever it takes, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, oh my gosh.
If you
yeah.
need extra money, I wouldn't mind commissioning you sometime.
My commissions are always up, so.
I'll just have
You know-
to think of something.
I do appreciate this wholesome take we
good.
took, because I was this close to calling Logan out for being racist talking about bagpipes mentioning Doug.
That's not racist.
That's not really
that-
racist.
That's just like
That's called stereotyping.
No.
Yeah,
It's stereotyping.
there's a difference
It's
between
different.
stereotyping and racism.
Well, is there really that big of a difference, though?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Doug himself who
Separate
mentioned that
categories,
you can,
but anyway.
Wasn't it Doug himself who mentioned you can get a degree in bagpipes at college?
Oh, really?
Wait,
Oh,
wait,
I'm saying
what?
that I don't believe it was him. It was someone I could have sworn had told me that like in Scotland there actually is like a minor like some. I mean, for the same reason as like you could take a class. Oh, geez.
Careful.
Like for the same reason that you could take a class like a university class in piano or guitar. There's a class for bagpipes.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, but. Alright. Yeah, you
No.
can, but I was not the one that brought that up.
I'm still recording with
Okay,
them.
then maybe it was someone else. Could be Sammy.
Maybe visit.
I went potty.
She's sometimes mischievous. She does
I mean,
that sometimes.
I would not put it past her to be the one to bring up that factoid.
It sounds like a Sammy thing to do.
Functioning to
But
us.
otherwise,
Maybe I should give them wheels.
Alright.
Or
you
Aqua.
should get your
Aqua also
keys on.
sometimes is known to like be mischievous every so often.
Somebody's having design issues.
Okay.
And where is that stinking paradox when I need his help?
Yeah.
He owes me
Close the door,
everything
please.
for stealing Bentley's time machine.
what?
Oh, Penelope, what a little fool you were.
What?
Dun dun.
No.
Wait, what?
My plan.
Basically,
Basically,
the
we
Black
know.
Knight revealed that he was the one that stole the time machine blueprints for the Paradox.
And that explains how all of this mess could have been happening. Technically, it was all Bentley's fault for trying to make a time machine in the first place.
Black Knight.
And also, like, the wording was a bit vague, but apparently the Black Knight also knows what happened to Penelope.
Damn.
May have used her in order to get close to Bentley. My God, Hyper, you and I gonna be reaching hard this video to try and keep this up.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just keeping the suspense for Jordan's sake. She doesn't know the twist.
That's fair.
Well. Anyway.
Particularly because we just referred to it as the twist. Maybe
The twist.
perhaps already. The twist.
Hey, for all you know, the twist could mean anything. For all you know, the twist could be that it was Lafouille.
Lafouille?
Lafouille.
Oh, Pirate Lafouille, the smartest man in the seven seas.
I mean, what a petty bastard. The fact that
After all this time that he would give I couldn't be Lafouille. We in the video game designed for children, we heard him get eaten and destroyed by sharks.
right. It's like
After we used the Leviathan, after we mind controlled the Leviathan to crush and kill his men en masse. My God, I'm amazed that if these were not animals, this game would be rated M for sure.
you ever think that one of the design documents for Sly 4 was the possibility that Paradox would literally go back in time and hire the help of some of Sly's oldest rivals just to get even with him?
I'm not.
Well,
against
I'm not sure.
that idea.
I don't know if time travel would really be a means to do that, because, like, aside from, like, maybe one or two outliers, aren't all of them technically still alive?
No.
Like as far as
most of them,
like
most
as
of
far
them
as
are reformed.
yeah, but like you know, you can be persuaded.
I mean, there's obviously Mugshot. There's
So, like, I think
Miss
as far as I know, the
Ruby.
only like enemies in Sly that are just outright dead are Neela, the bird from Sly 2, the
Arpeggio.
tiny one, Arpeggio. That's
Yeah,
it.
Arpeggio. Yeah.
And
I mean, Clockwork goes without saying.
yeah,
Clockwork goes out saying we hope.
Dr.
Except
M's
now
dead.
This game does introduce the fact that since we found a piece from them in the past, by all accounts, there still could be some method or some like means that Clockwork could come back if we were to actually use time travel fully. But
Well, it's not like the game. It's not like Sony is gonna really make it happen, considering they, unless it's for nostalgia's sake, they really don't give a shit about the series.
well, I mean, they gave enough. They gave enough of one to give him a plushie.
I don't know where, but I would honestly think Fangamer was the ones who maybe pushed for that more. But
Possibly.
I mean,
But,
they
I mean-
pushed for it, but Sony could have said no.
Well, it's one of those
Yeah,
things
so-
where like it's like if there's money to be made, I guess it's one of those things where like they're not gonna try and make the action themselves.
right. But if someone's willing to already foot the bill for them, then hey, why not have at it?
I mean, it's kind of the similar reason why there was, for a short while, there was like all these Sega brands getting remade in some form or fashion. It was primarily due to fans, well, really wanting to do the work for them, and I guess Sega was willing to lend the license to them.
Well, that's actually
Yeah, those were fun times.
I mean, they were
I hope
far
still
more
keep
lenient
doing
about
that.
it than most other publishers would be.
Yeah.
But like again, like because Ratchet and Clank already did a very like nice job of like bringing that back with Rift Apart. Like if that's already showing the proof enough that why did I come over here?
That's a very good question.
I'm gonna head back this way. Maybe there was a mask in the box, but I don't need that. This is the way I want to go. But like I don't know, maybe maybe with Rift Apart doing so well and Insomniac, I would say still sitting pretty.
I was about to say-
with Sony right now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not quite sure if Ratchet and Clank's really the example I would use, because I always assumed that, like, Ratchet
Whoops.
was one of the
I'm
like,
so sure I was far away
Whoops.
from that.
but I was
Man,
about
how
to say,
strong
like,
these
Goddamn.
I'm not quite
Yeah.
sure if I would really have used Ratchet as a comparison, because I was always under the impression that Ratchet was one of the more profitable franchises they had.
But like, I don't know. I always considered it to be I always considered like Sly Cooper and Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter to be like the Mario and Sonic. Like that was like where they all like their like little rivalry they had. Or like I always believed that to be the. Oh, I guess I was way too close to that. Holy crap! A single dart did that much damage. Anyway, I always thought it was meant to be like the Crash Bandicoot and Spyro kind of thing. Just now it was with Ratchet and
Jak.
and now Sly Cooper.
Which is funny, considering that Sly Cooper, like, in retrospect, it's like that one franchise that was always hiding behind them in some regard, but was
It
never
kind of
really.
invited its. Go
Oh,
ahead.
jeez. They were never. It was never really considered a primary like portion of those of these three mascot platform sorts of games until after the fact.
Yeah, it kind of always they were the ones who invited themselves to the party anyway, as they let themselves out of the suit.
Duh.
Penelope.
Thinking that thing.
Same actress and everything.
I mean, they were at least they went that
That
far.
thing's almost as stuffy as Bentley.
But yeah, here we go, folks.
But why would she?
If only Bentley hadn't been brainwashed.
Sorry, guys. My niece walked in.
Thief, nonsense.
Now's not the time. We have a very forced-in plot twist to deal with here.
So essentially, Penelope was suddenly very greedy and only wanted money and didn't care for the only steal from other thieves rule. She just wanted to become a warmonger. Because why not?
I think it's more so the idea that for some reason she just suddenly had a change of heart in terms of like how she perceives the Cooper clan.
Aww.
But
and again,
yeah,
it is super goddamn sudden. Which
it's out of left field. Almost no one, including some of the voice actors themselves, were like, "Wait, what?"
it was never like that, guys. Like, what the fuck?
And as quickly as it was introduced,
Yeah.
we're going to see in the next part how we're going to deal with that and potentially stop her. Since now we know she's a straight up villain now. Thank you. So much. Stay tuned.
See you next time, guys.
Bye.
And